It's the spring season, so the typical things that come available at stores, I see them, and although it seems like they can be useful, they do come with some cons that people should be aware of. So this is a tumbler composter, compost tumbler, however you want to do it. So we have had, I think this is a maize version, we've had this for a number of years. It works for us simply because we have so much chicken scraps and other stuff that we don't want to just throw out. We just want to get more compost, since we try to make as much soil as we can. And we have a lot of animals here, so the more fresh scraps that we have out, the more animals we were attracting. So this was the solution to keep it away from the rats and the mice and the raccoons and all that loveliness that used to burrow themselves into our compost pile to find it all. So it can work, it does work, but I don't think it works as well as what the advertisements or the box shows you. This thing is smelly, it's messy, it's disgusting, and hopefully you can see all these bugs moving. So every week we have at least a few 5-gallon buckets of whatever we're eating. And I come back here and I throw it in the compost tumbler. It has two sections, so you can have kind of one active one and one, and it's separated by the plastic here to put, maybe if you want to end it at the later stages, you want to put fresh food scraps into there. So this thing is not sealed, meaning that when you put stuff into here, I don't know if you can see it because of the shade here, all the goo and the juices and everything then goes underneath here. So if you want to put this by the house or on a deck, it's going to have, and hopefully you can see this dripping, it's going to have all of this disgusting juice coming out. And because you have that disgusting juice, not only do you have liquid, but you also have the smell. You now attract every little pest out there. So hopefully you can now see all these bugs all over the place. Eventually the flies will get in here because it is active decomposing. The flies will get in here, lay a billion eggs, and then this thing will be filled with maggots all over the place. That will then further help the decomposition. But because you have all this, you have the juice, you have all of these bugs, now you have something that's incredibly smelly. So we have it all the way at the back of our area. This thing smells easily during the summer. From 10 feet away, you can smell how pungent that smell is. So it's quite gross, and you can see this is what decomposing food looks like. It does work in that if you tumble it, you will hopefully speed up, I wouldn't say accelerate, but definitely speed up the decomposition. But me putting hundreds of these 5-gallon buckets of food in here, I would say after years of doing this, maybe I would have 2 buckets full of soil from there. It's really not going to get you to what the advertisement shows, this nice, free-flowing, ready-to-use sort of dirt. It takes a good amount of time for a whole season. I would say both sides of these will be filled up per season because everything is very active. It's breaking everything down. But what it essentially gives me, I would say every 6 months, would be 1 bucket of soil, which for our operation is not very helpful. It's not to say that we won't use it. We do use it because we do want to, we do not want to be throwing this out. We just want to get back into decomposing. But it's certainly not something that if I just had kind of a container garden or something on the deck, that I just wanted to do this because I wanted to generate that soil. I don't see that being working in that where I would want to still have it with all of these cons of the smell, the grossness, the bugs, the animals are attracted to it. So although it works for me, it works for the purpose that we need to, but I think the cons far outweigh the pros of this, because it's going to be far more cheaper just to pick up a $5-10 bag of soil rather than doing this for a whole year to maybe get a bag of soil out of it. And if you want that nice homemade bag of soil, you are going to have to contend with the fact that if this is anywhere near the house, it's going to be an eyesore, it's going to be a nose sore, it's going to attract all sorts of different animals trying to get into here. So I do see this all the time in the spring come out because everybody wants to get back into the gardening spirit and all this other loveliness. I just don't think people are well aware of the cons associated with this. So I figured I would show you what ours looks like why we still use it and why I would still say it probably doesn't work for most people because of what this thing does entail.